welcome back to my channel. My name is Allison and I make content about lifestyle, productivity, goals, and personal finance. So today's video is going to be about my January 2024 goals and how I accomplished them and if I accomplished all my goals. We are roughly while I'm filming this, it's like 4 days before the end of January, but I feel like for the most part, I know if I accomplished my goals or I didn't. Let's get started. My goals for the year are broken down into 4 categories, and then I broke them down into smaller goals by month so that I have more obtainable, reachable goals each month. And then I did it in my little notes app so that I can check off when I've accomplished certain goals so that it kind of is fun and keeps me motivated. First little section is going to be all my finance goals for the month of January. So my first goal was to save $200 for our house fund, which I did save. So basically each paycheck I'm budgeting to save $100 towards our house fund, at least until probably after the wedding. We're getting married in June, so that's very expensive. I'm also paying for school until April, which is also expensive. So unfortunately, the only amount of money that I can kind of budget towards putting towards our house is $100 per paycheck. My little section of our house fund is sitting at $1,700. So my next financial goal was to pay $350 towards my car loan. So my actual car payment is only $332, but every month I put at least $350 just because it's an even number, and again, something I can manage to do and put away a little bit more. But this month I actually put $400 towards my car loan, so that's exciting, yay. Any bit extra I can put towards that is gonna be super helpful because that is my only debt that has interest right now. And it accrues interest daily, which sucks, so every day I go on, it just actually is more than it was. I am hopefully trying to pay that off as soon as I can. It's just really hard, but any extra that I can put toward that is fantastic. My next goal was to pay $200 towards my student loans, and again, very similar to my house fund, it is $100 per paycheck for now going towards my student loans. My student loan balance is sitting at $7,600 as of now. My original student loan balance was a little over $19,000, so I've done a pretty decent job so far. I took advantage of forbearance period where we weren't getting any interest, and that loan actually still doesn't have any interest until the end of the year. So my goal really is to pay that off by the end of the year. And as I said, I have 3 more months of paying for my current tuition for my graduate program, and that's $600 a month. So once that's paid for and done, in May I can start using that $600 towards my student loans as well if I want to. So, and that kind of goes into the next one. My goal is to save $600 for tuition, which that's a small goal. That's an easy one that's just gonna happen because that money just gets taken right out and it's direct deposited into a separate account that I save for school. So that really is just a goal for me that I can check off. It's not gonna not happen because I need to pay for school. Save $300 each paycheck, and that just goes away into a high-yield savings account, and I take it out when I need to pay the bill. And again, in May is my last bill, so I'm so excited to not have to pay for that anymore. Next goal was to put $200 towards our honeymoon, and I only paid $150, so I didn't reach that goal, but I did pretty good. We are going on our honeymoon right after our wedding. It's already booked and the flights are paid for. Going to an all-inclusive resort, so you put a down payment on it or whatever, a deposit, and then you can make payments up until a few months, a month before or something. So we do still have to pay that off, and it is the balance is a little bit high, but putting what we can towards it. And then our plan is to also use some of our tax refund potentially towards that. Then the most frustrating goal for me was not putting enough towards my credit card, which I kind of talked about this in my paycheck breakdown video. It ended up coming down to like, it's not a big deal because that money went towards other things that I needed to pay for. I needed a new pair of glasses and I needed contacts, which those are like things that I need to be able to see, and I needed to pay for those things, but I kind of forgot about them and didn't budget for them. So instead of like the money that I would have put towards my credit card this pay period, I used for these expenses that just came up. And now what I'm gonna do is, I know I get a year supply of contacts, so now I know that next year around this time of the year I'm gonna need like $500 for contacts. So now what I can do is create a sinking fund for any of this kind of stuff, like medical expenses that come up or whatever, and then have that money to be able to just pay for it and plan for it. You know what I mean? I had wanted to put $400 towards my credit card, but I only put $225. So it is what it is. Next month I do feel like it's gonna be better. Fingers crossed. So set of goals was my personal goals, and I killed it in my personal goals section. My goal was to read 1 book, and I read 2. And now that I got my Kindle, let me just tell you, reading is so much better with a Kindle. I was kind of against it at first because I'm like, I really like the real book, like to hold a real book in my hand, but a Kindle, amazing. Like, I just love holding it and like laying in bed and just tapping away. I'm definitely gonna be like way over my book goals because Kindle is game changer. On a date night, we actually just went on our date night last night. We went to our favorite restaurant, and we always have fun, we always have good food. I really just want to prioritize like spending time together intentionally and taking time for each other, you know what I mean? Like, we see each other every day and we hang out like on the couch every day, but that's just like normal. I want to go out of our way to do something special for each other, especially with the wedding coming up. It's like just a reminder, slow down and like, again, intentionally just spend time together. And the next 2 are more like, they go along with my overall goal of just taking care of myself and taking care of like staying on top of the things that I need to stay on top of. Like, just moved recently, like within the last couple months, to a new state, which means I need to get my license changed, my car registered, like find a doctor, an eye doctor, like all these things that just like comes with being an adult, and it sucks. This is the stuff that you're like, damn, like I wish I still lived with my parents and they just did all this stuff for me. These next 2 kind of go along with that, like just like making sure that I'm staying on top of everything. So I did get my new state license, driver's license, so thank God for that. And I scheduled and also already had my eye doctor appointment. So it's like, I just don't like the eye doctor, so I was really putting it off, but I needed to go. So yeah, I did get that done, so like pat on the back for myself. The next section is gonna be my health goals that I wanted to reach this month. First one was I wanted to lose 2 pounds. My start weight was 189.4. My end weight was 187.6, so I was very, very close. Because I do technically still have like 4 days left of the month, so I could reach this goal. I'm just not totally sure, so potentially this goal could be met. I feel like weight goals are tough because I don't think people need to lose weight, and like I'm kind of doing this for our wedding, but I don't think people need to lose weight for their wedding, like truly. It's about me feeling comfortable and confident. I've struggled like with my weight constantly. What weight like I feel my best in and that is healthy for me. So it's more about just like being intentional and making like better choices and like taking care of my body, and like with that comes losing weight for me. So that's kind of what this is about. It's not really about like getting to a certain weight. And setting these smaller goals definitely really help like keep up with the motivation to like continue better choices for my body. I wanted to cook 1 new meal, and I did. I cooked lasagna soup, which was really good. It was definitely something that we will add to our rotation of meals. My other goal was to drink no alcohol, which I've honestly, like, for the last few months I haven't been drinking any alcohol, and I didn't really think that I would. I had 1 drink when we went out, actually, for our date night, literally one drink, but again, rules are the rules. I'm counting it, like I drink alcohol, so I can't count that as checking off my goal. But again, I am fine with that. It's more about feeling better. Like typically I feel horrible after a drink. Like I just have such a sensitive stomach. My goal to not drink alcohol has nothing else to do with the fact that I just don't enjoy feeling stomach hurting. But yeah, final section of goals is my content creation goals, which is my favorite section to talk about. Really, I wanted to make $100 on social media in general. So right now I'm at $288.22. Yay. So I'm already like kind of ahead of my goal. Also this year I'm going to do a much better job of like setting aside money for taxes, because if I do plan on making more money from social media, it will affect my taxes a little bit more. So I also wanted to post at least once a day on TikTok, which I did pretty good, and it helped me so much writing down all of my ideas in my notes app and like what day I wanted to post what video. It did miss 3 days, so that's not that bad. Like hopefully next month, there's less days in February, so I also wanted to post at least one YouTube video, and I slayed that goal. I made actually, by the time I post this, it'll probably be 4 videos in the month of January, so that is super exciting. And then I kind of added this goal a little bit later because I wasn't sure how my YouTube journey was gonna go, but I made a goal to gain 10 YouTube subscribers, and I started out with 43, and now I'm actually at 55 now. Exciting, I'm on my YouTube come up. Last goal was to hit 45,000 followers on TikTok. And again, this goal is funny because like on TikTok, you literally never know, like one viral video can gain you like so many followers. This is a good goal, like range, like 5,000 a month is kind of a good range to reach my end goal. So we're gonna keep going with it. I did pretty good. I started at 39.4 thousand at the beginning of the month, and currently I'm at 42.9 thousand. So I did like I definitely did a decent job and gained like a good amount of followers, so I'm happy with that. It wasn't my goal, but I am happy with the progress that I've made. I want to end the video just kind of going through my goals for February, and then at the end of February I'll do another video showing you guys how I did on these goals. With finances, they're relatively the same. Save $200 for a house fund, at least $350 towards my car, hopefully more. Put $200 towards student loans, and then again save $600 for my school tuition. $200 towards my honeymoon this month or more because I need to make up for what I wanted to put in last month, and $350 towards my credit card debt. Save at least $200 to pay towards my contacts because I'm gonna need like $500 to pay for my contacts. So goals, I might hopefully add to this. I just didn't really have anything else that I felt like I could put in this section, but I want to read 2 books because I'm actually already sort of almost done with 1 book. Again, have our date night, which February should be easy because it's also Valentine's Day, so we can do like a little Valentine's Day date. Health, again, I want to lose 2 pounds. Whatever weight I end this month in, I'll use that as kind of my starting weight instead of like trying to like tack on to what I wanted to lose. And then I'll cook 1 new meal, and I'm learning to cook bread, like sourdough bread, because that's been all over my TikTok, so I am excited to do that. And then this month again, I'm gonna do no alcohol, hopefully. And I added this one, I want to make it to the gym every Tuesday and Thursday, which I did this last week, so I do know that I can do it. It's just really hard because I do work long shifts and drive kind of far to and from work, so by the time I can't go in the morning because I literally leave my house at like 6, but by the time I get to the gym after work, it's like 4:35, and it's so crazy in the gym. But just the habit, like getting in the habit of going, is definitely gonna benefit me in the long run. So that is on my goal for February. Finally, the content section. I feel like I'll be able to make more than 200 in February, but I am gonna keep this as the goal because that was kind of the premise of my whole like overall goal for the year, was to increase each month by like 100. So like January was make $100, February is 200, March is 300, and like I feel like I'm just gonna keep it as that because that's like a fun goal to have, and like it definitely feels good to like be over those goals. Again, post at least once a day on TikTok. I already have every day basically planned out of what I want to post in the month of February, so it should be pretty easy. And I've been like batch creating content on the weekends, and that's been super helpful. So I want to post at least 2 YouTube videos, which based on what I did last month, I definitely think I can do that. I'm having a lot of fun posting on YouTube. It's definitely like a different kind of content for me, but I really do enjoy it, and I'm happy that I'm finally getting use out of my camera that I bought. It's just the editing sometimes that takes like a few hours, so that is like, that's the hardest part. Is I gotta film the videos on Saturday and edit them literally that same day and Sunday, and then have it ready to go by Sunday night. And I upped this goal. I want to gain at least 25 YouTube subscribers. Again, I don't know much about how YouTube like really works, but like my videos could do horribly, they could do well, like I don't know. Like it's still kind of like I need to figure out how to, like what's gonna be my strategy with YouTube. I think also I need to start kind of like plugging my YouTube on my other social media accounts, like specifically TikTok, because that's where I have my most followers. And I'm gonna stick with my goal of gaining another 5,000 followers on TikTok in the month of February, which that's gonna be pretty hard. I may eventually have to like start changing these goals because I now have to gain like 7,000 followers to hit 50K, because my last goal for January was to hit 45,000. and I'm at like 43. I kind of am adding to that, so it's gonna be like 7,000 followers. But again, you really never know with TikTok, like I could pass that, like, or I could stay at 43,000. Like honestly, no idea. So those are my goals for February, and then we will check back in at the end of February and go over those goals and look at my next goals for March. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video.